What do you feel didn't quite work for your team tonight?
Quite a lot, to be honest. First half we didn't really get started. England started great. Dominated the first half, dominated the ball. We couldn't get a hold of the ball. I thought second half we did a little bit better. We showed a better intensity in our game. We kept the ball a little bit better. And when it goes 2-1, we had a chance to be in the game. I was just making some more positive changes to try and make it 2-2, and England scored another one, so from there it was always going to be difficult to get back in.
Do you feel that potentially the sense of the occasion, the magnitude of it maybe was a bit too much for your players or got to the players in those early stages?
Nope, absolutely not. I thought England started the game really, really well, like the top side they are. And we're looking to get to that level. We know we're not there. Some people maybe have been carried away a little bit, but you have to understand where we are. We're trying to develop, we're trying to get better. We feel that we've done that consistently. And one of the good things about us is when we've had a little bit of adversity, we've always come back a little bit stronger, so I'm hoping that's the case. I just spoke to Andy Robertson and he was saying how frustrated he was for the second goal. He held his hands up with the mistake, but the way he responded in the second half, driving you on to create a goal as well, does he kind of epitomise everything that was a bit better in that second half? No, we have good players. Andy's one of them. He made a mistake for the second goal. That happens in football. Everybody makes a mistake. He recovered well, played well second half, obviously driving forward. What he's doing on the right-hand side, I haven't quite worked out yet, but it shows you that we're capable of scoring goals against top teams, and that's what we have to take forward. And hopefully we take that to Spain next month, because we've got a tough game away there.
You said pre-match that you wanted to be able to work out the gap between yourself and the top teams, that you're trying to close it. What are the main learnings from tonight, going into the game that you mentioned there against Spain?
No, we have to. I think when you play against a side that's as good as England or as good as Spain, then you have to try and get everything 100% correct. We didn't do that tonight, and that's why we lost the game. Does
this potentially just temper some of the excitement that you've been trying to play down a little bit yourself as well?
Yeah, I'm a wise old sage. You understand in football that something's going to happen. We knew it'd be a tough night. We didn't expect to lose. We thought we were in a good enough place to get a positive result. But listen, congratulations to England. The camp's been a success because the main focus of this camp was to go to Cyprus and get 3 points. So we've got a perfect record in the group, 5 out of 5, 15 points. So we're in a good place.
Well, Gareth, a big win and a big performance as well. How do you assess it?
I'm really pleased. I think that we were excellent in all phases of the game, right from the start. We wanted to control the crowd by using the ball well and showing composure, and I thought we did that really well. But we were a threat. You know, we had runners in behind, and I thought the players from 1 to 11 and the subs that came on, it was one of those nights where they all did well.
Overall, can this be a blueprint for how you want England to play?
Well, we've been playing pretty well. I know the roof caved in at the weekend because it wasn't the performance people wanted, but we've had a week where we've gone a significant step towards qualifying. I think we've shown a really good performance tonight, so we continue to build. We know we want to keep getting better and better. We've seen some new players come into the side. Mark Gueye, Lewis Dunk done really well. Eze coming on tonight. So a lot of positives for us.
We've seen you score so many goals already for Real Madrid. Another goal tonight for England. Is this new goal scorer role one you're relishing as well?
Yeah, I think it's just a freedom role, really. I think if you look at my performances in Madrid so far, they're ones that are quite complete because I get given the freedom by the amazing teammates and coaching staff and manager that I've got. They allow me to go all over the pitch to help him build up, to be there in the box to finish the chances and to create as well. And I think I can do all of that pretty well. I can still do it a lot better, and that's what I'm trying to prove to you all.
What is your best role for England, do you feel?
I think today was probably close. I know it depends on the system that we play, and it's tough because we've got so many amazing players to accommodate for and to get the best out of, so it shouldn't really just be built around what I do really well. The team have to come first always, and I do my best to try and slot in and do whatever the gaffer wants from me. I probably think this one was a bit better suited than the weekend, but no hints to the gaffer. But no, I really enjoyed playing in that position tonight.
Maturity beyond his years, as always when we hear from him, Joe. But what's really interesting in that is he talked about today being as close to the best position that he's played in for England before. In that 10 role, why does it work so well for him?
Well, like I said, he's got everything. He can do everything. He can. It's just a case of we've got a gem. We need to put him in a system which is gonna benefit him. I like it when he plays close to Harry Kane. Graham likes it when he plays a bit deeper and they put someone else in there. But I think what Harry Kane and him need to build up, and they will do because they're two quality players, is when Harry drops off, which he does do, gives him the space. He can then attack the space and score goals. He's got the flavour for goals now, you know. And you look at him in his interviews and the way he's talking. I think he felt tonight he wants to play closer to the goal, like all attacking players do. I think it'll be horses for courses, Jules. I think certain games, I think he can play deeper when we might need to break down a certain team. I think, knowing Gareth how we know him, if he was to play a quarter-final match tomorrow against France, I'm pretty sure he'll go with the 6s and Jude as a 10. But he just gives you options. But I don't think we've had a player of his quality for a very, very long time. Like, he is absolute world elite, #1 Ballon d'Or winner possibility.
Phil, back in the starting lineup and on the score sheet in a win against Scotland. Just how much did you enjoy that?
Yeah, it was a great atmosphere. It's a special game to play in. I thought the attacking players did brilliant in the first half. We linked up really well and yeah, finished our chances. I think it was more difficult in the second half to get on the ball, but yeah, good performance from the attacking players. Let's
reflect on your goal then, because it came from Kyle Walker's ball in, but it certainly looked like you deceived the defender.
Yeah, I think he intended to shoot. He put a lot of pace on the ball, so I just had to help it on and not do too much with it. So the pace was on the ball and just helped it on, and yeah, luckily it went in. Very happy.
I was going to say, a few people said it was a deflection, a few other people said it was magic feet. What would you go for?
Definitely not a deflection. I meant it, you know, I just helped it on. Like I said, the pace was on the ball, so I just had to help it on, and yeah, it found the back of the net.
There was so much talk about you coming into the game and lots of debate about what your best position is. How do you best feel you can affect games, particularly when playing for England?
Well, obviously anywhere off the wide or coming into the middle off the wide. So I was right wing today, but I got to float inside a little bit more and try and get in the pocket. So yeah, I'm happy with that position, and I thought I had a really good game today, and something I need to keep doing for England is just performing and showing my best level.
Well, Andy, a frustrating night for Scotland, but the first that you've had in a while. How do you assess that?
Yeah, frustrating, disappointing. You know, first half, I don't think we done ourselves any favours. You know, first goal can be avoided, second goal can definitely be avoided from my part. Yeah, it's a huge mistake. Obviously, when you let this team go 2-0 up, it's always an upwards task. So I have to take that in the chin. I have to take that. Obviously, apologise to the players, apologise to the manager, and look, they've not made many mistakes, but when they do happen, they obviously hurt. So yeah, that's what I'll deal with tonight. But second half was all about a positive reaction. We had to play a bit better. I think we've done that. Obviously, tried to get ourselves back in the game, put them under a bit of pressure after we got the goal. You know, started pushing a little bit, had a couple of half chances, forced them into a little bit of mistakes. But you know, when they've got a prolific striker like Harry, if you give him a half chance, then he'll put the game to bed. And I think when it went 3-1, obviously the crowd kind of died down. We kind of lost, you know, any momentum, and you know, the game kind of just played out.
The front three, whether it was Foden, Eze, Bellingham, Saka, whoever was on the pitch, was causing problems all night. Just a really, really exceptional performance from England.
Did you expect more from Scotland,
Oh,
Graham?
yeah. I thought it was a friendly. You know, if nothing else, you're going to empty someone, take a card, get the crowd involved. You know, this is a passionate football crowd. We give them nothing to shout about tonight. And I accept that England were fabulous and are a fabulous team. But I think from Scotland's point of view, they couldn't get the crowd involved because they didn't really show the required aggression for me. I mean, it is a friendly, but it's a Scotland-England game. And when I see people picking in this game, picking each other up off the ground, no, it shouldn't happen in this game, sorry. But take nothing away from England. England, they dominated. I know there was a period, but I think England had got into the armchair a bit at that time. And there was always another gear for England. And I think it was a sobering night for Scotland, because Scotland, when you look at it, I've been on a magnificent run. But when push comes to shove, there's an enormous gap between where England are and where Scotland are right now. I mean, England now look like a real proper team, and I still think they can improve on that. I think they dipped in and out of being at their best tonight, I think they could. They've still got more attacking options to come on. I know they control it from start to finish. Did they make the Scottish goalkeeper work that much? Not really, for all the possession and the kind of possession they had. But England right now look a fabulous team who I think they have to be looking to win a trophy now. They really do. This is a special group that Gareth Southgate's got.
Yeah, is it a failure if this team don't go on and win a trophy now, Jill?
Well, I think just if you look at the players, they're even missing Trent, Luke Shaw, Jack Grealish, Maddison didn't get on the pitch tonight, so Stones, you look at all the players that they're missing, they're an exceptional group of players, and yeah, I do think the Euros, they should have the hands on that trophy.
Yeah, I agree, Joe. It'll be false for any England fan now to say that anything other than a trophy. That like they've been through the stages: semi-finals, quarter-finals, finals, lost on penalties. Players are they're coming to the boil. They're seasoned. Lots of these lads now will go into the tournament 40, 50 caps. We do have to. And that's not me trying to put pressure on the lads or anything like that. They're there now. They're there.
This is the golden generation.
Yeah.
Forget, with Frank and Steven Gerrard, and Paul Scholes. I mean, they have got strength and depth. I mean, when we were on the pitch, this is the first time I've seen Jude Bellingham live. When we were in the centre circle, and I'm looking at him. I mean, when I played, I was a big midfield player. I'd be a small midfield player today compared to him. He's got everything. That young boy, he's got absolutely everything. And we saw, when you think at 20 years old, how good can he be as long as he has that steady head on his shoulders. He was outstanding tonight.
Yeah, I mean, I talk about the golden generation. We've had good teams in the past, but there's always been something missing. You could always pick bowls whether we strength in depth. Maybe some generations didn't have a striker. This team, I look through it and look through the squad and the players not here, and it ticks every box: experience, youth, power, pace, winners, leaders. I think it's the best England team I've either played in or seen in my lifetime.
I think it's about. No, remember, I'm a vintage where I can remember you winning the World Cup. This is the strongest group I've ever seen. Seriously, and I think they can only get better given the age group and players that are emerging. And at times it was like a boxer just keeping them at arm's length. I mean, Scotland just couldn't get near them. And you have to remember, Scotland have come into this game full of confidence, with their tails up, believing in themselves. And they never got into the game. Scotland really didn't get into the game. It took an OG to get the crowd engaged briefly. And then England just went to another level again. And I also have to think, I still maintain what I said before the game. I think they still play a bit with a handbrake on. I still think you've got to get. I'm a fan of James Maddison. I'll keep shouting it because he has goals and he's creative. And when I see Bellingham, as I've said, that's the first time I've seen him play. I think him coming on to stuff, he can do everything you want as a midfield player. But when you've got Maddison's goals and creative ability on the bench, you've got to utilise that as well. England are set for unfortunately, England, not unfortunately, because I've had my living out of English football, but England are a really good team at the moment, and I think they're destined to get their hands on a trophy with this group of players.